Girlfriend cheated but still wants to be together? My 24M relationship hasn't felt right for the past month and I couldn't put a finger on it. She, 25F, has male friends, but she was getting very close to a male coworker. I let it slide because she had my total loyalty and trust. My past ex-girlfriend had a male best friend but there were no issues, so why should I suspect? I have been traveling for most of the year. Most of it was for work and recently it was to spend time with family. The distance really got to us. She cheated and I understand. We are visiting my family on another state and during this time for the past 3 days her coworker has called each day to talk for over an hour. That was the huge red flag for me about the connection between them. I never felt the need to check her phone but for the first time I did. They have been talking way more than her and I, and sending good morning and good night texts. The last one being him sending a kissing emoji during a good night text about 2 weeks ago. I questioned her love for me. She said of course she did. We talked for an hour or two about what we're doing wrong in our relationship and how I drove her away, then she says that's why she's been petty over the last month but I didn't initially press on about it. Ugh hi. We talked maybe an hour more, she really sweet-talked me and reassured me how much she loves me and how much she wants to start a family. I was still in the bargaining stages of grief. So we were mainly talking about how we would make our relationship better. She sounded so sweet about us. I still didn't have confirmation about her cheating but our conversation and sympathy toward each other was so comforting that I still wanted a relationship with her. However, I didn't feel right after our conversation. I didn't get confirmation from herself that she cheated, and, at that time, I didn't want that confirmation because she is genuinely the sweetest person I know and she has a gem of a personality. Yet, I didn't feel satisfied, and as time continued, I just felt this crushing weight of distrust. On top of that, it was making me so confused how reassured she was in our relationship and how we are soulmates. I started hurting emotionally really badly. She could tell I was struggling with how I felt about her. She would hug and caress me but would stay silent. Then she asked me how I felt. I told her I felt so confused about the way she was acting for the past month. And how, at this moment, she could just treat everything as being normal. She said it's easy to forget about your partner when they're not there. I told her it doesn't make what she did right. Then she said she has had a lot of practice hiding her emotions and wanting to just be happy. This broke me, yet also gave me such a sense of relief because I have closure and my emotional turmoil is not dragging on so heavily. However, how she has been handling my confrontation has broken my mind. I just don't understand. Through this how ordeal, she has been telling me how I'm her soulmate. I love her so much and maybe could have gotten past this but, how she handled admitting her infidelity is so worrisome. She didn't even apologize. She is now moping because she knows I know for sure now. Maybe earlier she was thinking that I was thinking she didn't cheat? I just see it as a huge red flag that for the past few weeks she could treat me with so much love like nothing happened and not showing any guilt during our anniversary trip. How could we be right for each other if she could lie and pretend like she hadn't cheated? This instantly ended my grieving as I cannot trust her enough for her to even directly admit or apologize about cheating. If someone can lie this well, there is no way I could trust her going forward. Update. During Thanksgiving, I felt angry, betrayed and hurt. She stated she wanted to continue a relationship with me. I was reluctant but decided to attempt a reconciliation with her after she begged. 1.5 months later and we broke up today lol. She ended her communication with her coworker but let me know she could not mentally get over him. So I stopped trying to fight for us. It was an easy breakup on my end because the longer I stayed and tried to work things out with her, the more I observed of her negative qualities. I realized how difficult it is for her to communicate her needs and that she will not say anything unless I prompted her to. I also learned that she needs constant validation and attention to feel worthy and she confidently makes promises that she can't fulfill. On my end, staying in the relationship also showed me how I failed to be a good partner in the past. I could have been more attentive, appreciative, and enthusiastic about her. It was becoming hard for me to stay and to keep trying. However, observing our relationship dynamic helped me define traits that I'd want in a future partner if I were to pursue a long-term relationship again. I'd at least be looking for someone who can communicate their needs, having conflict resolution skills, fulfill their promises, feel comfortable with themselves, and can be upfront and direct. During the last 2 months, I tried to work on myself to be a better partner, but I could tell she was not putting in the same amount of effort. While our relationship dragged on, I did come to some personal revelations. 1. I cannot look for love, validation, and acceptance from an outside person. I thought I had found a safe person who could provide me that. Instead I realized that those are things I can only get when I give it to myself. I cannot rely on someone else to feel like I belong in this world. That was the hardest but most valuable personal revelation. It allowed me to say that it's okay to continue my life without her and that I don't need another person to feel fulfilled in this life. 2. I cannot waste my energy feeling anxious about another person. I cannot control another person's behavior or feelings. I can't make sure that they love me, I can't guarantee that they will never cheat. I can only control my own behavior and feelings. I can only put that negative, restless energy into what I can control, my own personal growth and knowledge. 3. I am able to set enforceable boundaries. I have the ability to let people know what I am not uncomfortable with, and if they cannot respect my boundary, I know that I can and will walk away. For love is fickle. Committed relationships shouldn't continue if two partners aren't able to continue to meet each other's needs. There should be no shame ending a relationship if the mutual benefit is no longer th.